I will say, let us continue this transmission with the following story. Relax, become comfortable, and let us begin in your traditional way, once upon a time. There was, many of your years ago, but yet to you, still many of your years in the future, a world which was fashioned for the purpose of continuing a civilization that had brought itself to the brink of destruction. And this world was fashioned so they could have a second chance at perpetuating their culture, their civilization. These are the ones who made us. The ones who made us found your parallel reality and other parallel realities and fashioned from their own genetic material and yours several hybrid species of which we are one. I began my incarnation in my civilization 137 of your years ago, but yet still 2,700 years in your future. As I was born in my society and allowed to be telepathically connected, I did not forget my connection to my spirit, my higher mind, my oversoul, in which was made an arrangement, an agreement, wherein I would have also what to me is a past life on your world, which is the channel before you. And in that arrangement was set out certain parameters for how that communication would occur, would evolve. And it was taught to me at age 3 that I would contact my past self also at age 3 and form the bridge and the link that would connect us through this life. And I was taught the way of doing these things. For I knew and I remembered that this would be my expression, my passion, to open gateways and open doorways for the consciousnesses of those on the threshold of new awakening and new realities and new experiences. And I was filled with great joy to realize my becoming. And as my orbits around my central star progressed, and I became what you know as the 7th year of life, thus then was I also introduced to another who was to be a counterpart in this endeavor, who as a female of my society would also be an initiator of the opening of the gate and the opening of the door. And as such, I would eventually take upon myself the appellation that you have come to know as Bashar. So she would take on the appellation known as Anima. And in this way together we would work to initiate contact and open many doors so that those civilizations with whom we would interact would eventually be those who would join the alliance of worlds. And in this way did we grow and train and learn and explore together. And before my time, there was the creation by those that made us of a repository of knowledge on our world. And not only upon our world, which in our ancient language is Eththani, place of living light, but on all the other worlds they had fashioned and also placed thereupon other hybrid races, each of whom would play a part in a variety of ways of opening up remembrance, contact, and continuance with the ancestors, which are you, Enani, in our ancient language, the ancestors, the ancient ones, who are in that sense from whom we are made. We are in that sense all the hybrids, your extension and your children, but each plays a different role in the remembrance and rejoining of family. We play our part in initiation. But there are those who will be the first to make open contact with you, who have begun to show their ships to you, as we have named them, those encounters you have come to know as the Phoenix Lights, being representative of one such ship of that group who shall be the first, and are now through us allowed to represent that as we are Eththani and you are Anani, they are the Shalanaya, which means those who will come first. The Shalanaya are our cousins, our brethren, and your immediate children. From those experiences you have labeled abduction on your planet, which is for the further perpetuation of the species of those who made us. Your counterpart humans in a parallel reality who have mutated beyond the recognition of the human form, and in so doing prevented themselves from continuing in the same manner as which you do through reproduction. But in contacting their parallel selves, of which you are parts of the same oversoul, to, shall we say, initiate the idea of contact through what you have called the abductions, did form bonds that were unexpected in their oversouls to allow them to glean and glimmer a new sense of emotionality and the potential of what you can become as a parallel reality that can take a path unlike the path they took. They recognize that you are similarly heading down the same road of destruction, but know that for you there is a fork that they did not take. And in so creating the hybrid races such as ourselves, did put upon us the task of assisting our ancestors, the Anani, to aid and assist in waking you up as you travel down that path, so that by the time it comes time to arrive at that fork in the road, you will take the one they did not take. And you will take the one that will allow you to continue. And you will take the one that will allow you to rejoin the family that they have taken from you in perpetuating themselves. The family that shall return, the first of which being the Shalanaya. As they return, as they open contact, they will bring gifts of knowledge and awareness. They will remind you of your true histories. Not history in the singular, but histories. All the way back to the origins of the DNA that has plied its way through space, finally arriving in the solar system you call your own, and setting up incarnations on the planet that has been destroyed, Marduk, on the planet that has been destroyed, Mars, on the planet that has yet to be seen as whether it will live or die, the Earth, but which we know you will continue on with. For we would not at this point be speaking with you had you not taken the fork that would allow for the family reunion. We thank you for taking the fork, and even though we know these are still what you would recognize as the dark days of confusion, when it does not always seem as if you are moving toward the light, from our perspective, the gift that you have given to us of life allows us to reflect our knowing back to you that that is the road you are on.